Hello everyone. I want to talk to you about Bill C-22, which has been introduced in Parliament. It expands the use of conditional sentences. A conditional sentence allows eligible offenders who, among other criteria, are sentenced to less than 2 years to serve that time in the community under house arrest rather than in prison. Many years ago, this type of sentence was used for some offenders convicted of impaired driving causing death. I honestly can't imagine how devastated my family and I would have been if the offender who killed my brother DJ had been permitted to serve his sentence in the community. Mad Canada, Victims and Survivors of Impaired Driving, and other groups advocated strongly against conditional sentences for impaired driving causing death. In 2007, those efforts were successful and conditional sentences were eliminated for impaired driving. But Bill C-22 could change that. The bill deals primarily with the repeal of mandatory minimum penalties for some offenses, but it will also give judges the discretion to impose conditional sentences for impaired driving causing death for those offenders who meet the criteria. Now, Mad Canada recognizes that even if this legislation passes, it would be rare to see a conditional sentence for someone convicted of impaired driving causing death. Sentences have increased over the years, and so it would be very unlikely for a sentence for that offense to be under 2 years, which is a requirement for a conditional sentence. But we don't believe a conditional sentence for impaired driving causing death should be an option at all. To once again allow certain impaired drivers who have caused a death to serve their sentence outside of prison would undermine the seriousness of this crime and adversely affect many victims and their families. The government has clearly stated that some offenses will continue to be ineligible for conditional sentences and have put those exceptions in the bill itself. Mad Canada wants impaired driving causing death to be on that list. We've reached out to Justice Minister David Lametti to urge him to put impaired driving causing death on the list of offenses which are not eligible for conditional sentences. And you can add your voice to ours by writing a letter to Minister Lametti and your federal elected representatives. You can read our letter and learn more about conditional sentences and Bill C-22 on our website at mad.ca.